Yes. You know, I love me a good liar, boy. And apparently, everybody in America loves themselves a good liar. You know, it's kind of funny because one of the biggest liars that I've seen in a long, long time just happens to be the President of the United States, Barack Obama. I'm not even going to get into his wife, Michelle, okay? Because, basically she's the pawn, she's a pawn's pawn, okay? That's the best way to put it. She's a pawn's pawn. But Barack Obama, he's a special kind of pawn. Let me take it back a little bit to the reason why I'm making this video. Um, Basically, in November 30th, 2011, some asshole came up with an idea. We all knew it was coming. He wanted to propose an act that would pretty much make it so that the government can go into the technology industry, companies in the tech industry, companies in the manufacturing industry, and get information about, prospective people who might be cyber terrorists or people who are doing anything at all that could possibly infringe on, our safety with the internet. Okay, that's basically what the whole idea was. And the name of this act was CISPA. It is the Cyber Intelligence Sharing and Protection Act. Okay, I'm reading off a little cue that I have here if you're wondering why I keep looking over to the side of the screen. Have you heard about it? I highly doubt it, because most people, if you're watching this video, you're probably you're thinking a little bit like me. You pay attention to the bullshit in between the lines, and people like you and I don't hear about these things unless you do a little bit of digging. And what I, realized was, of course, this bill, I remember hearing about this back in 2011, but then we didn't hear nothing about it until maybe a year later, when basically, the House and, they passed it, but the Senate did not pass it. And we didn't hear about it again until about a week ago, where it was just too late. Barack Obama, he signed an executive order to put this bill through, or put this act through, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And it's kind of crazy, because if you go back to, I guess, 2012 would be a good time, 2011 if you'd like, Barack Obama was one of the main reasons why this bill did not get passed. The bill did not get passed primarily because of heat that it was taking from the White House. Barack Obama said that it infringed on the people's rights. This, that, and this. But now he's walking backwards, and he's saying that, oh, well, we have a big problem here, and we need to put this bill through. And hopefully, Congress will see it his way. Whatever. That's going on now. And there's a lot of people who are against it. There's a lot of people who are for it, whatever. One of the people who was for it was Facebook. Facebook realized something very, very quickly within the past week, or within the past few days. What they realized is this. A large percentage of their users are not going to be users anymore if this bill goes through. Imagine if you're on Facebook, right? And this is stuff we already thought the government was doing. We thought that the government was already doing this, which also is another shady angle on this, all right? Imagine you're on Facebook and you're talking to your friends or whatever, and you jokingly make a comment about a bomb or something like that. Suddenly, your windows get kicked in by some FBI agents or whatever because they said that you're a terrorist. The reason why they were able to get this information is because they're monitoring you. That is something that would happen with this bill, CISPA. Is that something that you'd like? I mean, you can't even joke anymore. You can't do nothing. Facebook realized this, and they're backing off very quickly from this bill. Very quickly. Along with a lot of other companies who are also supporting it. Highly likely this bill will not get passed. But, you can't really take any chances. I mean, they're going for the guns. They're going for the internet. They're going for everything. The next thing, you can't even walk down the street without showing somebody your ID card and getting your hand scanned. That's what's going to be next. You can't, your basic rights are being taken away for dumb things. Now, let me give you a little bit of background, because the reason why Obama actually did this, and he says that this is a major problem, is because his wife, her bank account records somehow were hacked by hackers, and it was compromised. No money was taken, but somehow it was compromised. So they want to take your rights. Nobody asked the question, what about the banks? How the hell is it possible that anybody, anyone, especially some kid in a fucking basement, how is it possible that they can hack the president's wife's bank account? It's just ridiculous. You know what I mean? Some of the most hardcore hacking took place back in like the 90s, early 2000s. You know, the crazy cases where you hear people cleaning out bank accounts for millions of dollars. You never heard anything about any politician anywhere in the world getting their bank account hacked. I mean, maybe if it did happen, they didn't want to publicize it, you know, for, you know, obvious reasons, but you didn't hear anything about any of this. Suddenly now, in the most, where we have the smartest people working for the government, you're trying to tell me that Michelle Obama's bank account got hacked? I don't buy it, okay? I don't buy it. Let me, yeah. Well, the main thing to say here is you got to keep in mind is, why is it, I mean, everybody knows that the government, they can spy on you all they want. They can create fake Facebook accounts, and they'll have your name here, and they'll be getting information from there. They can very easily serve Facebook with a summons and say, we need to watch this account because we think that they're a terrorist. So why is it that another bill has to be passed? I guarantee you, I will bet every bit of money that I have that there is so much crooked shit in this bill, hundreds and hundreds of pages, that nobody's ever going to read. Only the people who put this shit in the bill, the people who lobbied to get their shit put into this bill, know what's in the bill. But no one else is going to take the time to read this shit. They're just going to get a little money slipped into their back pocket, and they're going to pass it. And then you're going to start seeing your American freedoms taken away, and you're going to start wondering, what the hell is going on? It starts now. It starts now. There's a petition on the White House, their front page, for this. Over 100,000 people. From my counting yesterday, over 100,000 people have signed this bill. You need to get out and sign this bill too. It only takes 25,000 votes on any petition on the White House site for the White House to have to address it. Now we're up to 100,000 votes. They must address the situation. They must. There's no way this bill, I don't give a fuck if Jesus is signed an executive order. There's no way this bill gets passed as long as you get out there and you start voting against it. Because if you don't, videos like we're making now, and people like you who go out there and you watch videos, about your rights, about your amendments, and all you good patriots out there who love your country, you're not going to be able to express that no more on the internet. It's going to be gone. It's going to be dead. And if you do, that's when you're going to start noticing people going in jail for cyber crimes. You think that smoking a joint and going to jail for a year or two is a big deal. Imagine you download a song and you end up in jail, and Bubba's your boyfriend. Because that is the way that we're going, folks. It's time to wake the fuck up. Look up any of this shit for yourself. CISPA. C-I-S-P-A. If I spelled that right. CISPA. You just type it into Google. Guarantee Google is mint. They will find it. Look it up, folks, because it's scary, scary shit. Now, I'm not the kind of guy who scares easy, but this is scary shit. Check it out. Thank you for your time. See you later.